expecting you. The love boat, so we'll be making another run. It's
Well, greetings to our valued travel partners. Yes, 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 it is love, and it continues to be exciting and new. What can I tell you? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the first of the month. I think Connect with Princess for May. Woo, feels like forever since we've been together. It's Carmen, obviously, VP Sales. So excited to be here. I got to tell you, I've just come from a whirlwind. It's like planes, trains, and automobiles. And I'll give some color to why I'm wearing Team Princess, but was on the incredible Ruby Princess for a conference. Yes. Oh, I love it. Yes, you see how the team pushes. Oh, and by the way, this is our travel advisor, partner only webinar. Remember, we did a shift, right? So the first webinar of every month will be only for you. So we can talk proprietary commissions, anything exciting and new. And then the second one in the month will be allowing consumers to join us, more of an educational brand awareness thing. But we always record it. You all know that we have Q&A. Stick around to the end. Also, you can access it, right? OneSourceCruises.com. So if you can't stay throughout the entire webinar. Hello, Kelly from Martinique on Emerald. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing time. Zahira, did I say that right? From Cypress, Texas. Thank you for joining us. So glad to have you all here. Really, really cool. And of course, oh, Chris from Edmonton, Alberta. How cold is it there? I can't even imagine. You know, we're having record heat in Miami. Yesterday was 97 degrees. We broke a record from 1991, which was 95. Okay, it is only May, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. God help us. It's going to be great. So I'd rather be in Edmonton, quite frankly. If I could, Chris, just send me an invite. Call center expanded hours. So we had the team from our call center come in and said, hey, I know we did this way back when, and you had some webinars. And if you don't get our TA newsletters that go out every Thursday, I highly recommend you reach out and get yourself added. Matter of fact, it's going to be one of my new initiatives to get everybody added, as many folks that we can get, because it is an amazing vehicle of communication that we use every single week. So if we don't have a Connect with Princess webinar, you're going to get updated info. But we did expand these hours, and it's funny because you know, you all know this is a brand that was opened or brand that initiated in California, in LA. So we do a lot of stuff on PST, West Coast time, right? So we are a global brand, and North America is a big, big footprint. Therefore, we expanded these hours, sales and support, as you'll see, very important. So got it there, and it's a big commitment that we've made to be a pleasure to do business with. We need to be there and work when you need us to be there. So I want to make sure everybody is reminded of that. Really important. So we made it longer, better. If you want to be a pleasure to business with, you need to be open when people need you. So I want to make sure everybody knows, and we'll throw it into the beautiful newsletter one more time. So guess who's back to join? There she is, Miss America. Marsha.
Can I do the Miss America wave?
Yes, you may, but it's only one hand. I can tell you've never done it before. Marsha, let's get this down. It's one. It's one, and you do this. It's not that I've ever done it. Marsha, we have so much to talk about, but beforehand, so let me start with, I had the pleasure of seeing Marsha last week. Can't wait to share what a great experience we had. But previous to that, I was on the first Alaska voyage of the Ruby. Amazing. Yeah. I'll tell you, I've never seen weather like that.
Your pictures were incredible.
It was, what an experience. I can't even begin to tell you. And I was in Alaska last fall. What a difference the fall to now makes. And the weather was picture perfect. So we were hosting, it was actually not just me, Cindy Patella, our director of national accounts, and Selena, who manages this amazing account just in Canada. So it only has a Canada footprint. I'll throw a commercial, is Travello. They chose us for their 30th anniversary conference. So they're a little shout out to my peeps for having entrusted us with such a big, big milestone for their company. 30th conference. It was awesome. And the weather
looked amazing.
Weather, I can't even begin to tell you. It was picture perfect. I'm telling you, Joe, you got to include the pictures. I got some private time with the puppies. Like I held the puppies, I smelled the puppies. They were delicious. They were 5 weeks old. It was just like Juno. I got to do the helicopter. I haven't done one of those helicopter tours in a long time. I've done 3 in my
You
life.
were jet setting because you
Oh,
did
with the
that,
rich and
and,
famous. I feel like you,
and then
Marsha.
you joined us.
I know. Oh, great picture. Are you keeping me on time, Marsha? Nobody puts baby in the corner, okay? Nobody puts Carmen in the corner. You're going to keep me on time, I'm telling you, because I know we've got great 26 Europe launch to talk about in San Juan. We got a lot to talk about. But this
We
is a
do.
pretty awesome picture, which is why I'm wearing my Team Princess. And if you look at the back of it, it says love instead of Roig. It was just cheaper to do all of them love. And then 65, the year that Princess originated our brand, right? Our first
Yeah,
year in operation.
I
So
love that jersey.
it is so cute. And it does say Team Princess. So we were on for our, I call it global sales meeting, but call it
Mhm.
national, doesn't matter. So this was a team picture on our last night. Look how cool. Great pictures. We were all wearing our Princess burrito shirts, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like a nod and an honor to Sun Princess because Love by Burrito, the restaurant, opened up on Sun Princess. So we were all there. Here's the best part of the collaboration, and hope you agree with me. It was so many different departments. I don't think we've done that since coma, post pause,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody was there. It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was
It was
really
great.
fun. So many teammates there. Oh, and then I got myself a little gift while I was on board because the pictures. Look at that. What do we call that? Because they say it's Northern Lights, but it wasn't. It was the Aurora Borealis, right?
Yeah, Aurora Borealis. Yep,
That
exactly.
was great. And then here's some fun pictures. I'm looking at them for the first time, just because typical me. Before we get on 5 minutes late, before is when I look at the deck, which is great. Oh, so cool. Wait, I know where we were. Was that skyscrapers?
Skywalkers.
Skywalkers, skyscrapers, who cares?
We
That
were in the
was the
sky.
last
Yeah.
night. Was that yeah, that's the last night. I can tell by what I'm wearing. This was
Yeah.
fun. So we would meet there. This is the group of the party animals, just so you know. And we didn't have plus, but at the end of the day, we always ordered our French fries to come in and
We
recognize the
did.
team. It was super fun. So what a great sales meeting. I'm really happy that we had the opportunity. But then we get off. Talk about planes, trains, and automobiles. I was gone for 12 days. And then I come in on a red eye. Note to self, no more red eyes. It was tough. That was Mother's Day. It was just
Yeah,
last
that was
Sunday.
hard.
Oh, it was. But I got myself my own Mother's Day gift. Can you tell what it is?
What is it?
It's a necklace. You don't see this necklace? What is
You
this
know what?
necklace?
Okay, let
It's
me
the
look.
Princess Sea Witch. Look how
Oh,
gorgeous.
you got it.
Because you think
You
you're the
got
only
it.
VIP. Come on in. I told nobody to tell you because the first time I saw it on Discovery, I think, Marsha, you had bought it with beautiful blue stones. So this is the last
No,
one they had.
no, mine's white.
I thought it had blue stones on it.
No, mine's white. Somebody else had blue, but not
So
me.
you and I thought I was
We're gonna have
one-upping you with just
twins.
one. We're twins. My sister from another mister. I love it. So I got my own Mother's Day gift, and I'm so proud. I'm going to be wearing it all the time. Super excited.
Yay! I'm so
Great
excited
sales
for you.
meeting. Is that Danny Trejo in the photo? Kathy wants to know.
Oh, let me go back. It is.
Yo, it is. There you
It
go.
is. Some of our team saw him eating lunch at the airport when we were waiting for our flights.
Very cool. Very cool. I was going to say, because I don't think I saw him, but that's good. There he
Yeah,
is.
he's
Awesome. Who's Danny Trejo? Sorry.
He's an actor. You don't know? He's an actor, and I
No
think he has
idea
his
who he is.
own restaurant and maybe tequila. He's
Oh,
he's
okay.
usually a bad guy in movies.
That's why I only follow the
Yeah.
good guys. I'm not that girl. Danny Trejo. Look, I'm sorry. I thought it was one of our team members, and I don't know who it is. I'm like, really? Like, hello. So
He's an
super
actor.
exciting. Oh, he's an actor. I'm an actor too, and so are you. Or should we say actress? Is that more appropriate?
Actress.
Amazing. Bigger and better for Europe 2026. I got to tell you, exciting, really exciting. So I always say this, Marsha, it's always technical, boys and girls,
Yes.
ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. And we're selling boat rides. So everybody just take a deep breath.
Yes.
Have a good moment.
So we had some baubles. We had some baubles today. The Eclipse cruise opened, and we had a couple technical difficulties, so it opened later than we had wanted. And then Sun Princess is opening this afternoon instead of at
In
midnight
Europe.
with the rest.
In
Yeah.
Europe.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's only hours, right, folks? We're not
Yes.
talking, we're
Mhm.
extending this for a week. Okay. And I think the eclipse was like a 4 hour delay. And then we
Yeah.
had to shut it down and we reopened it again because that is going to sell like hotcakes.
It is.
It's incredible, right? This is where I wish we were in the UK or you all woke up super early to make sure you got the space because this year's eclipse voyage was a hit. I mean, it was
Well,
a
you know
hit.
what I was excited about, Carmen? I was excited about the excitement, like all the energy, all the messages we were getting about, and people were on it, like wanting to get their bookings made right now. So that really excited me.
Very exciting. But even bigger
Yeah.
and better is Europe 26. And we have one of our very, very good colleagues joining us, Daniel Harbus.
Hey,
Hello.
Dan.
Hi there. Thanks so
Dan the
much.
man.
How you guys doing?
We're
We're
doing great.
great.
We miss you though. You know, Dan was with us at that salesman. Did we have a good time? Did you have except he went to bed early. Hello. Like right after dinner. Oh, because I present tomorrow. Dan, you didn't present till 10 a.m. You got to live bigger, bigger and better. Go big or go home. Just saying. I'm like, go to bed. But you look lovely. The next day, you were very refreshed, unlike me, no dark circles, and you were on.
Yeah, it was an absolute ball to go on that cruise with y'all. And then I also did the red eye with Carmen. So note to self, never do that one again. But we had a
With Carmen or at all?
no,
I just-
at all.
Inquiring minds want to know, is it personal? Just saying. Dan,
Awesome.
how long have you been with us already? Because I know you've been on before. I remember you were on like a very small period of time. And didn't you do like a Japan webinar with us
Yeah.
where you had to say all these names and you're like, oh, God help me. I've been here like a minute.
Yep, absolutely. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Dan Harbus, and I'm the Director of Product and Pricing for our European and our international portfolio here at Princess Cruises. And I've been with the company for a little more than a year. And to Carmen's point, I did my first webinar on my second week here at Princess. And so it's been about
Wow.
a week, and I'm so thrilled to be back here, especially to talk about
Well,
Europe.
thank you for joining us because we know today has been a very busy day.
Absolutely. You talk about energy, and we're feeling it as well.
And it takes a village to prep for this, right? And like I said, it was all technical, Dan, because as soon as we launch, you know, there's always IT technical difficulties. And it really takes a lot to launch a whole new season. I mean, you got to think about it. First and foremost, people think it's easy. They think it's with pricing. Not at all, folks. It starts with deployment. And it didn't just start last week. It taught easily about 8 to 10 months before they start the planning. Then they've got to the deployment team. Number one, it's got to get approved. Right? Then they got to go out and make sure that we secure these destinations, these port of calls. We're not the only cruise line. I wish we were, but we're not. And then it has to go forth. And that's the heavy lifting, right? Which is how do you price it? Look at the competitive landscape. How do we make it unique? What works? What hasn't worked? And more importantly, then it's about programming, right? So all of this, you know, it's a perfect storm. And the fact that, you know, we had a little glitch is nothing. Trust me when I tell you, I had bigger glitches in my life. But this is loyalty week, right? It starts today. Share with that because, by the way, I love numerology. So I love 222, 222 departures, 101 destinations. By the way, did you see that 222 backwards? It's 222. 101 backwards is 101. You're keeping it simple for someone like me. 59 unique itineraries and 5 vessels. So that's fantastic. Tell us about loyalty week because it starts officially now.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we even get into it, to Carmen's point, there are so many folks behind the clock here, working behind the clock. And so we just want to give a big thank you for the work that they've done. Europe 2026,
Yes.
for those that don't know, our 2025 season is our 40th year. So our new 2026 season will be our 41st year in Europe. And so we are so thrilled. And before we even get into it, because we have so much to cover today, I just want to tell you the reasons why a European cruise is one of the best vacations you can do. And, you know, let's start by just how many departures we have. Over 101 destinations and 5 ships, including our newest member of the family, Sun Princess. And when you think about a European cruise, I want you all to take away that it's just easy when you do it with Princess, starting from booking air through our Easy Air program to the many choices of destinations and itineraries to unpacking only once. And listen, I've done my fair share of Euro trips on land, and a cruise is so much better. It is so much less stressful. You know, let our captain and our marine team do their job while you're sleeping, and you'll wake up tomorrow in the next port. So just wanted to point that out there. But yes, Loyalty Week starts today. We feel the energy, and 1 week from today, we will be opening to the public. And just as a reminder, our Captain Circle members, they can get a savings of up to $200 per person when they book this week. So really, really important and just awesome. We're giving our loyalty guests exclusive access for 1 week, sneak peek and first availability to the best fares that we're offering.
And then open to the public May
Amazing.
23rd. Good luck. We still have eclipse space. Sorry. That's why loyalty pays. Loyalty pays. So when you say loyalty week, at what point do we consider it loyalty? Because I mean, I know we have our elites. Come on, we can't even go there, right? But it's while it's loyalty week for booking Europe, does that mean that groups aren't yet open? Great question, Kathy. Woo!
So groups are open. We had a little bit of a hiccup on one of our ships, but it should be rectified as of this moment. So I'd recommend going back and checking. Group space should be available.
Excellent. Even on Sun Princess 26, or are we waiting till a little later in the afternoon for that?
Yep, Sun Princess, we are waiting a little bit longer. All the other ships are live as of this moment.
Perfect. You see, Kathy, you missed nothing. It's a beautiful thing. Awesome. So what do you qualify as loyalty? Because I know we made a change recently. Marsha, am I right or wrong? Which I love, because at the end of the day, it just opens up, you know, the consideration set, right? And we love
Yeah.
our guests. But we want them to feel the love, and we never want to disenfranchise them. So a week of exclusivity, so to speak, right?
Correct. I believe it's gold and above.
Yep, all of our loyalty members now have access to this awesome week in advance.
And that will continue, folks. Why am I mentioning? I don't. They both want to kill me. Look at their faces. Like, did you have to raise that? Yeah, because I like to poke the bear. Why? Get your clients, your prospects to try our brand. We really, really, really want to make sure that we continue the loyalty week exclusivity. If they've sailed us, they're going to get it. I think that's wonderful, right?
Mhm.
That's a major benefit and advantage. We're showing the love, embracing everybody. 95 UNESCO World Sites. Yikes. That's huge. Over
Yeah.
95.
Over 95, and we'll take you some of the places like the Acropolis. You see the Colosseum and the ancient city in Rome, to Stonehenge. And then, you know, on the next slide, we'll see some of our architectural marvels that are worth sharing that are also UNESCO sites. The Eiffel Tower. I went to the Eiffel Tower for the first time last year. I mean, I know everyone knows about it, but when you are there standing underneath it, it is life-changing. I can't even describe how amazing it was.
So
You know,
the-
I didn't know that it sparkled until I got there.
Ooh. Oh, because you're used to the
At night.
Vegas one, Marsha. Hello.
Yeah.
The real one sparkles. Sparkle. By the way, in the previous one, the only UNESCO site I haven't seen is Stonehenge. So it's got to be on my happiness life list coming forward. Super, super exciting on that. Okay. So how big is Europe? I love that. Go big or go home, right? This is bigger and better Europe. That's the theme.
Yeah, our slogan of this year is "Go Big or Go Rome," and Europe is huge. Our 2026 deployment spans over 200, almost 300,000 nautical miles, 13
Wow.
times around the world. So 2026 is going to be a really big year for us. And we lead from some of the greatest ports and ports that have easy access. And so starting with Southampton, which is quite close to London. Southampton is one of our biggest departure ports that will take you north to the Baltic region, even to the Mediterranean. It's a great hub. And then returning this year, we'll be sailing, or in 2026, we'll be sailing out of Copenhagen. So we're quite excited about that. That's new for 2026. And then our Mediterranean programs leave out of Barcelona, Rome, and Athens. And we'll tell you a little bit more about that. And the next slide is mind-blowing. So we visit over 100 ports of call. And you'll notice in the red on the bottom is our Mediterranean region. The bottom left, the Canary Islands, which I highly recommend. You kind of see a little yellow dot, and that is where we are bringing our ship to be in total, you know, in the right spot for the total eclipse. And then purple is our British Isles itineraries, or our ports of call. And then the top, you know, northeast, you're talking our Baltic region, Norway, Stockholm, Iceland, that island on the top. You know, I can go on, but just so many great places that we're visiting, and we're going to highlight some of our favorite itineraries.
Amazing.
Love
This is an amazing view to see everything in one place.
It's
Absolutely.
expansive. And I love the yellow dot eclipse. Go.
Yep. And so we bucket our portfolio or our deployment into 4 buckets, starting with the Mediterranean, and then we have Scandinavia and Baltic, and we have British Isles, and our last bucket is our ocean crossing bucket, and we'll talk more about that because that's one of my favorites. Starting with the Mediterranean. So the Med is it's really big for us, and our lineup of the ships that we have in the Med is our biggest and best. So returning to the Med is Sun Princess, our newest member of the family, as well as Sky Princess, Enchanted Princess, and Sapphire Princess. All great sized vessels, lots of balconies. The best cabins that you can see the views of the Mediterranean.
Excellent.
And so we're going to start with talking about, we have 2 7-night programs in 2026, and that's new. And these are so great because you have the ability to turn them into longer voyages. So there's customization for all. So I'll show you how to do that. But the first one is our 7-day Mediterranean with Greece and Italy from Athens to Barcelona. And one thing I like to say about these that start from one place to the other and end in another port is the voyages typically leave on Saturdays, and so you always have a day or so prior and a day or so after if you want to make the most of your pre and post cruise, on this. And so this voyage will start, like I said, in Athens, and you'll hit places like Santorini and Corfu, Kotor and Montenegro, and then Sicily. You can visit, I believe, Mount Etna's there, and then ending in Barcelona. And you can see that there's a pretty big gap between Sicily and Barcelona, and so after that heavy port content, there's nothing better on a Mediterranean cruise than ending with a sea day.
Wow.
Exactly. I agree.
All in 7 days? Are you kidding me?
All in 7 days. And what's the best about this? Yep. And the best about this program is now we're going to start with where we just left off. So we just finished in Barcelona, and now we're going to start in Barcelona, and we're going to end in Rome or Civitavecchia. And this itinerary is our 7-day Med with France and Italy. And I consider this one of the best ones, especially for your first time in Europe, because you're going to hit some really marquee ports of call. You're going to start in Barcelona, go to Gibraltar, where, beautiful city to walk around. There's also the ability to go to the top of the rock, where
Rock of Gibraltar with the monkeys. I love them.
Can't promise you to Carmen's point you won't get hassled by a few monkeys, but it's just
They take your sunglasses. I love it. And
yeah,
you get to see the cave, which is just gorgeous. Wow.
yeah, they do steal a bit, so you got to be careful. But they're so cute. And then you'll head north to Marseille, and Marseille is amazing. And what we offer in Marseille is the ability to see 2 ports in one. So you can see Marseille and Aix-en-Provence in one day if you wish. You'll keep going to Genoa and then La Spezia, where you can see Florence, Pisa, or we'll let you see them both in one day, and that's amazing. And you'll finish that in Civitavecchia.
Great shopping in Fiorenza. And then let's hold up the pizza, the Leaning Tower, because your pocketbook's going to lean after some wonderful, I love that, shopping in Fiorenza.
And our third one, we talked about ending in Civitavecchia. So this one will begin in Civitavecchia, and you'll head to Naples, where you can go to, obviously, Naples and get some pizza, or you can go to Sorrento, Pompeii, Capri. There's so many close destinations right there. Then to Crete, one of my favorites, Istanbul and Mykonos, and end in Athens. So this one is our 7-day Med with Greek Isles and Turkey. Very popular. Recommend having your clients book this as soon as possible.
But I gotta say, can I just pause a second? Because you're killing me here. This is amazing. I could start with the 7-day Mediterranean with Greece and Italy out of Athens to Barcelona. Keep going, right? Barcelona, Civitavecchia, which is amazing for a 7-day Med with France and Italy. Count those countries down, people. And then I would do a third, this to top it off for 21 days. You like check. Look at this. This is amazing, folks. Truly amazing. Oh, look, you're ahead of me. Sorry.
And to Carmen's point, to make it even better, you can do this from any of the 3 ports that we talked about. So you can start your 21-day from Civitavecchia, Barcelona, or Athens. And if 21 days is too much, then you can do 14 days. And you won't have a single repeat port.
That is amazing. But Daniel, this is the part where I have fun because Joe always puts a misspelling in to test me. He does it on purpose to see if I'm paying attention. Combined to form 14 or 20,
Oh
or
boy.
from 14. It could be either from or form. Combined to form 14 or 21-day adventures. He does this to me all the time. Keeps me on my toes.
It does it.
So
It does it.
it could be from 14, or you could form a 14 to 21-day itinerary. Am I right? Huh?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Either one.
Yes.
Dan,
always-
I'm so glad that you covered this, because one of the top questions I get is about why we do 7 days in Europe, that people want to do more, and that we've purposely built this so that you can get the exact number of days that you want, right? So you package it the way you see fit.
Absolutely. It's we here at Princess, we make it a lot easier. And something you'll see on the next slide is that we, gone are the days where you used to have to book maybe 2 cabins, 2 booking IDs, and you have to go search for the same cabin number on both. Let my team do the hard work. We are prepared to sell 14-day and 21-day itineraries. No need to book them back to back. Of course, depending on governmental regulations, you may have to get on and off on the respective embark ports, but
Right.
it is, just so much easier to be able to book it. So when you're looking for these voyages, look for the 14-day and the 21-day, and you got to look early because these sell quickly. The further out, this is the time to book the longer the voyage.
Yeah, that's key, being able to have the same stateroom throughout the journey.
And the value of air, right? You're amortizing
Yeah.
the cost of your air. Let me just talk. The biggest thorn in my side right now is air, which we do not control, folks. I wish we did.
Right.
I wish we had our own airline that could take our guests everywhere, but we don't. And that is the most expensive part. When you look at what air costs versus what the cruises cost, it's incredible. So they can amortize over the 14 or 21. And when we talk about 7 days, Marsha, you raised this, and this is one of the things I tell folks all the time. If you're going all the way to Europe, it behooves you. That's a Neil word, by the way. It behooves you to serve up, as the value interpreter that you are to your clients, the ability of doing the 14 and 21 if they have the time. But even the 7 days, they want to do pre and post. They're not going to go all the way to Europe for 7 days. Encourage them to do pre and post. And yes, Devon, back-to-backs are so much better than one. You're absolutely, and I like the way you said, go Europe, go big in Europe or go home. I saw that before, by the way, Devon. I just didn't get a chance to say it quick enough. So this is amazing, truly amazing. Great sales tip, lots of way to position it, right? And just think about it. I mean, I would love this. I would do 3 weeks in a heartbeat if I had 3 weeks. Some of us are not Marsha that can take 2 weeks at a time. I thought I'd throw that in there, Daniel, just so you know. I'll get there someday. Look at
For
her
the
face.
record, it's a week and a half.
Oh, whatever. Oh, yeah. Let's tell her, folks, I leave Saturday for Dubai, okay? She's coming where? My hometown, Miami. We found Miami. So I said, oh, Marsha, it's so great. I can't wait. We can get together, have a great time. When are you leaving? She goes, May 28th. How ironic. That's the day I get back. You think it's by design?
It is not by design.
I'll say it. I'm not going to take it
Next time.
I love it. Sorry, Dan. All you.
No, it's okay. I'm here in Miami too, waiting for the visit, Marsha. So
oh yeah, Dan's there.
I'm there.
I can hang out with Dan.
Yep. Okay, moving on to our next 7-day. So this is new for 2026. Our next 7-day program is on the Enchanted Princess. And what's unique about this one is that it gives you a round trip option. So we are now offering round trip Rome for those that want to be able to fly in and out of one port of call. And so we're giving you the best of both worlds here. This first 7-night is going to take you to Corfu, Dubrovnik, which you'll see the photo up here. It looks incredible. And for those Game of Thrones lovers, this is your port of call. You'll then head to Kotor and then Naples. And this can be combined with the next one. And we sell them as 14-day options. So the next one is a 7-day Mediterranean and Aegean Sea cruise, also round trip Rome. And this one will take you more to the Greek Isles in Turkey. So you'll go to Santorini. We all love Santorini. We love the photos. So this one's a great one. Kusadasi in Turkey, Cataclon, Naples, and you'll end in Rome. And
incredible.
So you can link these, Dan, and the only thing you're repeating is Rome. Is that right?
Correct. And Naples as well. So you have one repeat port. Besides that, it's a great option for 14 days. and you get more time in Rome and Civitavecchia.
Agreed.
So this one is the best time for me. I always talk up about how great it is to go to the Med in the spring. I've been to the Med in the summer, and it's fantastic. But sometimes you wish that you could, be walking around with a light jacket,
Mhm.
maybe tank top. And so we are making our season in Europe bigger and better and longer. And so we will start our season in March of 2026 on Sapphire Princess. We just all got off at Sapphire, and she's an incredible ship. And so we're really excited to have her in our European family. And you can do two options, two really unique 7-day options. The one on the left we talked about, which brings you to Corfu, Kotor, Dubrovnik, and Naples. But look how unique the one in the middle is. 7-day Adriatic with Greece and Italy. And you'll visit places like Sicily, Malta, which if you haven't been to Malta, you can see on the photo on the top right. It's amazing. The sail away and the sail
It's
in
pretty.
is incredible. The
Gorgeous.
people are amazing. And then on this one, you can also visit Albania. Imagine that. You can visit Albania, which is crystal clear waters. I've never been, but this is one that's definitely calling my name. And then, of course, we sell that 14-day option to both of them.
Hey Dan, having just been on Sapphire Princess, she's actually perfect for this. So, because if the weather is a little chilly, we've got that indoor pool, right? Where it's like climate controlled and you can still swim. I was
Yeah,
thinking about that on Sapphire.
yeah, absolutely. And the weather's probably only a bit chilly when we're sailing away, but the average
Hmm.
weather around this time is, let's say, 65 to 75 Fahrenheit. So it
It's
really is
perfect.
That's a
perfect
winter's
weather.
day
Perfect.
for us, Dan. Come
Yeah.
on. I started with its like record-breaking 97 heat in May. Can you imagine? Oh, that would be
Wow.
incredible. And this is not, I want to make sure everybody knows, it's not winter cruising.
No,
Okay, it's spring.
spring.
Big difference.
Yes.
And talk
Yes.
about crowd control, the weather. It's
Exactly.
a totally different experience. Um, some folks have to go in the summer, right? Whether they have
Yep.
teens and tweens, but if
Hmm.
they can go in this particular time frame, what an experience! And you bring
Yeah.
up a really good point, Marsha, because I noticed it on Sapphire, that like that closed-in pool. I'm like, I should have brought my bathing suit to
It's
Alaska.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's perfect. So picture
Yeah.
perfect. Great ship. Oh, and three-time winner,
There's
right?
whatever.
Of our
Oh
Princess
yeah,
Cup.
3-time Princess
Yeah.
Cup winner. Absolutely, for the service. Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. Okay, this is the big one, folks. We had it this year. It was a sellout. I saw the social platforms, and that solar eclipse was on a Monday, by the way. I saw and both ships, right? So you saw that
Yeah.
social coverage. People loved it, and we were already prepping them for the 2026 one. So this is going like hotcakes. Hurry, hurry.
Yep. To Carmen's point, we heard you, and we are bringing Sky Princess in the path of total, parity to see the solar eclipse on Sky Princess, August 8th. And this one's really great because it's round trip from Southampton, 14 days. You'll get some Spain intensive ports, and then a little bit of France and Lisbon. And in Lisbon, we're giving you a late night. So it's just port after port, excitement after excitement. To Carmen's point, it's going to go like hotcakes. And so, we got to book early to
And you got
secure you.
Bilbao in there. You can, oh my God, that's fantastic. Go to Guggenheim, phenomenal. Daniela, since I just checked for the millionth time, Solar Cruise indicated not available in all categories. Can anyone verify and notify as to why? Could have been sold, Daniela. In all categories, it says not available. That sounds odd. I know
Yeah,
before we got on the show, you checked, Dan, and it was open.
yep.
Yeah.
So our team will take a look. As you can imagine, there's many, 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 many people trying to book this right now, and so they're working to get as much inventory as possible.
Tell you what, Daniel, so because I know at the end, Marsha and I go through news and notes and things, and we'll make sure that you're off screen so you can do a little bit of emailing, and hopefully we'll get back to you, Daniela, to understand. I know she doesn't want to hear me say this, but boy, would I love to say it's the end of the webinar and we're sold out.
Yeah.
That would be
I know.
I know you don't
I
want
know.
that, Daniela, but boy, would I love that. That would be a
Yeah.
fun, open for sale and sold out within X amount of hours. But I'm sure there's space. That would be just so cool. Love it.
Okay, we
All
got a
right.
lot more to cover, so we'll keep moving, or Joe's going to yell at me. So, Mediterranean cruise tours. We offer 3 cruise tours that will get you to the Sun Princess, so you can have some time on land and then end on our beautiful ship. Classic Italy, highlights of Spain, and best of Greece. highlights of Spain, for example, you'll start in Madrid, and you'll even get some day tours to places like Toledo, to Valencia, and then you drive up the beautiful coast to Barcelona. Really great option for those that want that land experience before sailing from port to port.
This is absolutely the way to do it because I
Amen.
know by experience and I've done it the wrong way. So you definitely want to do your land trekking before you get on the ship. And Dan, I love that you bring this up because it's often not known that we have cruise tours in other destinations besides
Right.
Alaska, right?
Right. I loved it because
Mhm.
it's true.
Mhm.
Everybody thinks of us, we're number one in Alaska, right?
Mhm.
Which I love, and our cruise tours there are phenomenal. But we do them in other parts of the world, and the Med cruise tours are spectacular. And I agree with
They
you,
are.
Marsha. I want to get that excitement over with, schlepping, everybody needs to go, and then you get back on the cruise, which is phenomenal. So thanks
And
for
relax.
highlighting that.
Yep. Now we'll move north to Northern Europe, which consists of British Isles, Baltic, and Scandinavia. And we have 3 ships up there, starting with Sky Princess, Majestic Princess, and Sapphire Princess. So this is our biggest year in Northern Europe. And we'll start with our British Isles itinerary. And so when you think of British Isles, I hope you all can think of Princess Cruises because we are the brand leader in this area. We are the only brand that will give you consistent 10 to 12 night cruising from April to September. And in 2026, we're switching it up and we're putting this voyage on Majestic Princess. And you'll visit 12 days, you'll visit over 8 ports, including Belfast, Orkney Islands, Le Havre for Paris. Really, really a great cruise, and the consistency, to sell to your clients is key here.
Another round trip option, which is amazing.
Incredible.
And moving on to what's new in 26. So we have from May to August, we have Sapphire Princess doing a 12-day round trip Copenhagen to Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. And I know I've said that I want to go to a lot of places, but this one to me is so cool, solely because I haven't been to nearly any of these ports. And so within 12 days, you're visiting over 8 countries and 9 ports of call. So it's nearly a new country every single day with late nights in 3 of them, Oslo and Tallinn and Helsinki. So this one is really amazing. And you can do pre-post in Copenhagen, which is known as, the Venice of the North. So
That's
look at
right.
the 500, I think they're 500 years old houses right on the water with restaurants and cafes below them. So great place to start or end your cruise.
And picturesque. I've been in this part of the world. It's absolutely gorgeous. Helsinki, by the way, is very big for shipbuilding. Oh, Daniela says, guess someone sprinkled some fairy dust because I just managed to book a group. Woohoo! Daniela, you ask and Daniel provides. I mean, I'm telling you, he can multitask like nobody's business. He's probably doing this while he's on the webinar. Way to go, Dan.
Try not to. So for another option out of Southampton, we have our 14-day Iceland and Norway. And our sales folks heard me this last week. I can't talk more highly about visiting these 2 places, especially in Norway. Just imagine, coming out of the most comfortable beds at sea on Princess, opening your balcony curtain, and what looks like feet away are, cliffs and waterfalls and just all this stuff, all this tight navigation through the fjords. It's really amazing. And within these fjords, there's, really quaint towns and little cities like Alesund. And then make your way west to go to Iceland, where you can go to Akureyri, where you'll see the Godafoss Falls, which is on our screen. And then Reykjavik, which is famous for the Blue Lagoon, but there's so much more than that. So really a fantastic, journey that will take you far and away and round trip from London. So it's even better.
Nice and easy.
And the next one that we're going to show you, even more Norway intensive. So this one is really, really great. 14-day Land of the Midnight Sun and Summer Solstice. This one will take you to the northernmost point of Europe, which is Honningsvåg, an Arctic Circle. And you'll visit tons of places in Norway. Tromsø, Stavanger, Skolden. I probably am, butchering the names of these, but Stavanger is a fantastic place for those that are, maybe more active and seeking a great hike to the Pulpit Rock, or those that want to maybe see the hike from a boat ride. So there's options for everyone in Norway.
Great cruise.
I want to
Beautiful.
go there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Oktoberfest.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, this one is a very popular one, and so we're bringing it back. In 2026, we are putting a larger ship doing our Oktoberfest cruises, which is 11 days round trip Southampton, brings you to many of the European capitals, like you'll visit Copenhagen, Hamburg for Berlin. You'll actually have an overnight there, which is new in 26, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, and this starts about a week after the Munich Oktoberfest festival begins. And so that experience that they're doing in Munich, you'll see that in places like Hamburg. And so it's just a great time to be. We talked about the spring, coming into the fall is such an amazing time to be in the Mediterranean as well.
And during Oktoberfest too. I mean, that's people's, life list. They've got that check. Beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely. And ocean crossings. So ocean crossings is our version of transatlantics. And transatlantics, think about nostalgia, think about the best of both worlds, from relaxation to also seeing ports. And so in the spring of 26, we will have our ships go from the US all the way to Europe. And what's great about a cruise that starts in the US and ends in Europe is you will gain an hour of sleep almost every night. And then you will also end in Europe. So you can do some land-based tours or maybe hop on another, back-to-back cruise right after. We also then in the fall will take you from Europe back to the US. And to me, this is, like I said, the best of both worlds. Start with some port content and then end with 4 to 5 days at sea. You'll really come off the cruise relaxed and feeling good, and also feeling like you've seen it all. And then one that I really want to highlight that is unique to 2026. This one is awesome. 42 days, ultimate Antarctica and Mediterranean adventure. You'll start in Buenos Aires with an overnight, and we will take you on this 42-day cruise to 4 continents. You'll go from
Wow.
America,
That was right.
Europe, and Africa, and it's really, really incredible. So this one, we highly recommend booking early. This is on the Sapphire Princess, and you'll get to Europe, like we said, in the best time, starting in March. So it'll be a really, really great cruise to take.
So I love the branding, ocean crossings versus transatlantic. And then these, it's a great focus because we need enough time to market it. So the fact that we're opening it in 26 and there are collectors of these, folks who have time on their hands and they collect these. There are folks that I know that won't travel any other way. This is the way they want to do it. My good friend Mindy does this all the time, normally on the rivers to come back to Fort Lauderdale from London. She absolutely loves these cruises. So beautiful. Beautiful.
And lastly, our Northern Europe cruise tours. So we give you 2 options. The Ring of Kerry, which will end with a British Isles cruise, and then Imperial Treasures, which will start in Budapest and end in Copenhagen for that 12-day Norway, Denmark, and Sweden cruise. The Ring of Kerry is one of our most popular ones because you'll start in Limerick, and then you'll actually drive about 100 miles around the Ring of Kerry, which is quite a scene. And you'll then go to Cork, and we'll fly you over to Southampton, where you'll begin your cruise. So definitely recommend both of these land options. And in the Med, or in Europe, a land option before the cruise is a great idea, because then you'll get on the ship. You'll typically have some sea days, so you'll be able to relax in between all of the adventure and exploration.
So the Ring of Kerry is the cruise plus a 4-day land tour, and then the Empirical Treasures is an 8 days on land. That's really immersive. Absolutely love that. That's fantastic. And 2 nights
Thank you, Dan.
in Vienna. Wait a second. Spend 2 nights in Budapest, 2 nights in Vienna. Oh my God. Oh.
2 nights in
And
Prague.
2 nights in Prague. Folks, price that out. So you are out there and you have clients that have always wanted to do this. That's the way to do it. And they can combine the cruise. I think it's spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Wow. That's a lot to absorb.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, we've got news hot off the presses from Joe, who says that Europe is fully open. Europe 26 is fully open, including sun.
Including sun. We're at schedule there. I feel like Winnie the Pooh. We're at schedule. Like Rabbit would say. That's awesome. Folks, be patient. I love it. So I'm glad it's open, including Sun Princess, which we're very excited about. obviously having her here and showcasing her in Fort Lauderdale in October. So I got to tell you, Dan, this was so phenomenal. And the second webinar of the month is our consumer version, right? Love to have you back, because let me tell you, this is the kind of content that not just our travel partners love, but our consumers are going nuts
They
about.
do.
I'm hoping that by then our cruise is completely sold out for the solar eclipse, Bonnie Tyler of the heart. They can cry a little. It's all good.
No, I just want to
Awesome.
thank you both for having us. This was so great. We are so excited. The team's been working so hard, and so to have this day come is
You're
just like
killing it. You're
adrenaline
killing
rush.
it.
Group.
You are
So thank you.
killing it. Awesome.
Thank
Stay
you
around
to the
just in case
team
we have
too, Dan.
questions. Yeah, it
Yeah,
takes a
stay
village.
for the
You're absolutely right.
Q&A.
Stay for the Q&A because we might have some. And then I feel like we needed a rolling drum, but I'm sure Joe didn't have it prepped for us because I've been waiting for this big time, which is our return. Thank you very much. We're back.
Woohoo!
So good.
There it is.
Woohoo! We are back. Southern Caribbean sailings from San Juan. It's been over a decade. I wasn't here. I've only been here 2 years, but it's been
Yeah.
over a decade since Princess sailed from San Juan. And let me tell you, this is an ultimate, because when I look at the itinerary, the deployment, what you can get, this is not your typical Caribbean cruise, folks. This is Nassau, San Juan, St. Thomas. It
It's
is
not.
truly immersive. So out of San Juan, we're returning in 25. It's obviously if you think about it, it's like seasonal, right? We're not there year
Yes.
round. I want everybody to know that. But if you think of these 7-day sailings, okay, you're visiting 5 islands on a 7-day itinerary. Very hard to get that. And we're home porting from San Juan for the first time ever in over a decade. And I looked at some of the prices because of the airlift, which is critical, not just from Miami, from Fort Lauderdale, but a whole bunch of North America cities. Even Canada and up and down
Yeah.
the East Coast, really affordable, super good pricing, which I think makes it for an easy way to serve this up. Yay, Sahida! I'm from PR. Can't wait to have Princess. So I can't either. Trust me. And just in case you didn't know, Zahira, the ship doing it is the Grand Princess. And I will tell you that originally the ship was going to be somewhere else. And so, we announced the sadness because we redeployed to San Juan. So you had to
Yeah.
cancel those sailings. And now, but we're
Australia.
in. And I know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it. My Aussie friends, they get annoyed
I-
because they
I
wanted
know.
the ship there. They loved the ship there. They were excited about it. But you know what? It's about opportunity. And we have a huge push, folks, in North America. We really, really do. I mean, internationally, but North America, it just made sense with and we're not going to call them home port strategies anymore. We're going to call them sail from strategies because they're right in our
Okay.
backyard. You can
Yeah.
sail from your backyard. Do you like the way I position
Makes
that? Martha?
sense. I like that.
I should have been in marketing. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. So really popular Southern Caribbean. I want to get into, oh my God, this is fantastic because it is about adventure, relaxation. So if you look at these, again, we could do 7 to 14 days. This is fantastic.
Yes.
So we're starting October 2025 on Grand through March 29 of 2026. So that's a nice period of time. And I get it. Everybody's like, why are you going to Galveston part-time? Why are you going into Port Canaveral part-time? Folks, we're not in part-time in Fort Lauderdale. Let me just tell you, we're round trip here with Enchanted this summer. And you're looking for summer Caribbean
LA
space.
and San Francisco too.
LA,
right?
San Francisco, Fort Lauderdale. We still have space for Canada, New England. We're starting earlier. June 4th, I saw those price points. We're talking this year. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back to what we're talking about with the San Juan. I can't help myself. I've got that thinking camp. But look at this itinerary. Oh my God. So you could actually make these back-to-backs. And by the way, they're very adventurous. There's a lot to do in Barbados. I
There
got
is.
to say it. Barbados in the lineup. If you've not done Barbados,
There's
pretty
so many
exciting.
people who have asked me about Barbados. Do you guys go to Barbados? Yes,
Gorgeous.
now we do.
Gorgeous. Martinique, Antigua, St. Martin, even Guadeloupe. Think about that. Round trip from San Juan, amortize the air into San Juan. Very, very doable. So I want to come into really looking at some of these are fantastic. So look, the first 7-day, the Grenada one, right? Again,
Yes.
round trip San Juan, you're doing St. Croix, St. Martin, right? Woo, phenomenal. Guadeloupe, Dominica. I was just there, as you all know. And then I love the fact that we're doing Barbados and then going down south to Grenada. Really phenomenal. I can see a lot of adventure Shorex here, but I can also see a lot of relaxation with these beaches, right? Absolutely gorgeous. And pre and post in San Juan, dare I say, some mofongo. We did an amazing tour. Remember last December, Marsha, we did a
Yes,
walking
it
tour
was
of the old
amazing.
city. We
Yeah.
ate and drank and danced, and it was just so beautiful. It's a beautiful sail in
The
and sail out.
streets are beautiful. It's an amazing,
Gorgeous. So absolutely amazing. So
amazing
we looked
area.
at the second one with St. Lucia. Whew, now we're talking. Oh, you just went straight through. She didn't even let me do the 14-day, which was
Oh, I'm
pretty
sorry. Here you go.
good because I like 14 days. That's what I would do. If I'm going all that way, I want to immerse myself in that Southern Caribbean. Look how deep you're going and how much content you've got. And St. Thomas, dare I say, right? Super cool with
Yes.
shopping. Super cool.
Yes, yes,
St.
yes.
Martin again, Antigua, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, Barbados. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And that's a 14 night. So then obviously
Yes.
you're sailing from historic San Juan. Gorgeous inn.
And we've got collateral for you.
Wait. We've actually launched a new destination with collateral. You're kidding me.
Yes, Carmen.
We're so
Look at us go.
2024. We're big. I'm being facetious because we were introducing Sun Princess. We had nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You are kidding me.
Oh, we learn. We learn.
Oh, I love the itineraries too, Lisa. These are spectacular. So let your clients know we're sailing from San Juan. Now's the time. Southern Caribbean QR codes. We love those for the customizable flyer. I get out. Let me tell you, folks. So this is interesting. And the team doesn't even know I'm saying this. Okay. So that's when I get into trouble when I say I'm going to say something they don't know.
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
know. This is when I tell you, Joe wishes he had the mute button or a little horn that goes, oh, make me quiet. So I was on LinkedIn yesterday. And I got an outreach. How they knew? Oh, because we were given we were talking about it. So all these people in Puerto Rico saying, "I want to go, I want to go." I'm like, "Go
Oh,
ahead, and
wow.
email us. Go ahead, and email us. We'll let you know who's your travel advisor. We're going to be opening up." So there it is. Fall in love with the
Yes.
Southern Caribbean. We haven't been there in 10 years, folks. And if you want to ship full time, year round, sell it.
Sell this one.
Sell it out for us,
Sell
get
this
it
one.
sold out. And let me tell you, the deployment team would love nothing better than to make the ship year. I'm putting a little pressure on Mark and Terry T, right? T2. By the way, this one, my reputation is on the line. So let me tell you why.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
pushed hard for this. I had a few naysayers. I don't know. I said it was going to be a sellout at the right, because not just selling out, it's at the right price. So I
Yes.
want to see a round trip from San Juan. I say that about Port Canaveral. I've said that about Galveston. It is time, and super excited. So don't make me look bad. Make me look good. I want to keep this gig. It's kind of fun. So again, very excited. So news, notes, and reminders, because I know we're almost there and I want to make sure we get to questions. This always happens. I always love it because Joe thinks we're going to run out of time. No, we're not. I speak quickly. Star Princess, since our last webinar, and you weren't on, right? Wasn't I alone?
I missed it. I missed it. Yes.
Now you're missing the next one too. I shouldn't say that because then no one will tune in. But luckily it's a consumer one, so hopefully they'll tune in. May 30th, she's still on vacation, people. Still on vacation. She leaves Miami in time for me to get back, and then she'll go somewhere else. I'll find out where, and I'm gonna stop.
I'm gonna
you.
recharge and come back and be ready to like go 1,000% again, Carmen.
Amen. You're always 1,000%. So we announced this right after our last webinar, so we didn't have it. So we're debuting Star Princess October 4th, 2025, with an 11-day inaugural Italy-France round trip. Round trip Barcelona. We will be repositioning her to Fort Lauderdale. So big. Again, if they like those ocean cruises, those transatlantics, that October 22nd. Why the change? And if you didn't hear, so I think you all know Sun Princess was delayed. And so we just thought
Yes.
it's better. Let's talk to the shipyard. Let's get it together. You only get one shot at a first impression, and let's manage
Agreed.
expectations. So
Yes.
we learn, we listen to your feedback, and we course correct. And that's what we've done with Star. Very, very excited for these Sphere class ships. So, and then Rail and Sail, we talked about that because we had this big,
Yes.
exclusive partnership with Brightline, which is so successful. And I personally did this webinar from there, if you recall.
I
Seamless.
remember, and I was a scaredy cat, but it worked.
You see, you need to believe in me. You need to believe in me and in Brightline. And this is a great way to travel, by the way. It was super elegant. It was not the old rail experience that you expect. And again, it's intercity passenger rail in Florida, ideal for cruisers in and around Florida, which is great. Hassle-free, and think about it. Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral. I took it all the way to Miami, but it even has a stop in Palm Beach, Aventura.
Yeah.
And Brightline's doing more. So also we have a special offer through June 30th. I want to focus that because I think when we launched it, you know, we kind of had a window, and I said, no. Our travel part, first we got to let them know. We got to continue to talk it up. It's reach and frequency. It's not a one and done or spray and pray. We actually have to make sure that we have a special offer, and it ends June 30th, up to 15% off when booking smart and premium. And of course, that means more commission to you. This is where we get to the part about only talking about it here, and I can't do it in the next one because we're not going to discuss that. Your commission. So you register with Brightline, you earn commission, you have access to their lowest public fares, and there's just more commission in it for you. And by the way, okay, absolutely amazing. If you have groups, what a way to go, right? Even if you don't want to fly all the way to Fort Lauderdale, fly to Orlando and then bring the Brightline down. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's roll with this. Again, we've got fantastic assets for you, right? Our rail and sale program. Here we go. More commission for you, but the let's roll is critical because we got a QR code so you can get the word out and you can get the flyer out. And if you're sitting in Central Florida, folks, even the Tampa folks, anywhere within Drive Market, this is phenomenal because no longer do they have to fly Fort Lauderdale, Miami, more expense. They can get it. Orlando, as you know, that's the land of that little greedy little mouse that loves cheese. I just want a little piece of his cheese, just saying. Even if I was lactose intolerant, I need a little piece of cheese because he gets a lot. It's a lot. He gets all sorts of cheeses. And then our consumer advertised pricing. I want to talk about this because I cannot talk about this in the consumer webinar, right? This is really your educational. So if you weren't aware, there is a California law that takes place really in effect July 1. So we will start revising our consumer advertised price, but this also impacts your travel partners because if you are advertising our pricing, it must include this, okay? You will be required, we're required to comply on our website, on marketing materials, no later than July 1. So when we launch July 1, all of our programming and pricing will be in effect. And I promise come June, we'll do another one. Once we've got our assets ready, we'll show you what the confirmations will look like so that you know what your commissionable part of it is, okay? It's applied for all of North America. It doesn't impact the price to the consumers, right? But it will affect the commissionable cruise fare, right? Because if you think about it, I'll break it out for you so you know how it is in the invoice. Joe, make a note. This is our June focus because I want everybody to be prepared. That doesn't mean our price is higher. You've got to be able to speak through it as a travel professional and, you know, and say all included, bingo.
Correct.
And then we break it out for you, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we wanted to inform you because we took a stance. We led with how we're going to show and display this pricing. And so just giving you a heads up because we're not going to cover it in the next one, right? But it really is going to provide a clear total price up front for the cruise that's selected. So it's really transparent, easy. A lot of the luxury brands already do this, so it's not new like to Seabourn. Seabourn's been doing this forever because clients want to know the all-in price. So this will now be across the fleet. Very exciting. And then World Cruise, I think we talked about, right? World Cruise on Coral Princess 2026. We launched it. Absolutely amazing. We talked about that, I think, on the last webinar. And we still have the 25 one, by the way, that we've got great availability on. But when we did this, you've got to book the full World Cruise October 31st. Princess Premier included, the 500 onboard spending, round trip air, 16 specialty dining. I couldn't do 16. I did one and I think I gained 4 pounds. Again, liner voyages. I just call those segments, okay? With onboard spending money. And then again, the Captain Circle member savings is up to 1,000. So those are your early booking benefits. And then if we go on, I want to talk about the next opportunity besides, this starts Friday, up to $400 in onboard credit. So these are our LTOs, right? Our limited time offers. It just ties into what we've got, right? Which is our up to 35% messaging. That's off. And then we've got the free third and fourth and the $99 deposit, which has been current as our offering, right? But we're going to kick it up a notch with the LTO for 72 hours, May 17th. We've been testing this out and it's been very, very successful. And then when you go back to the next slide.
And I want to add, check OneSource for the voyage list. So we've got a complete voyage list for you on OneSource.
And I think we also have it in the Travel Advisor newsletter, unless the notes are old, and I'm hoping they're there. We will have it in our newsletter. If you're not signed up, you need to be. Get a lot of info. And then starting May 24th to May 28th, we're doing, again, another limited time offers, piggybacking on the market offer, which is 35% off up to free third and fourth guest, but then adding in this free room upgrade, right? May 24th to 28th, really phenomenal. Wanted to make sure that everybody's aware of that. And then we top it off with some of, this one's May 6th to 30th.
Panama Canal.
On select Panama canals, this one was the onboard spending. That's phenomenal. And Panama Canal is big. Again, new, limited through May 31st. So we're coming quick on that because our next webinar is May 30th and it'll expire on the 31st. So hopefully we'll do a quick last minute push for that. And then some of the last news and notes that we like to talk about, Seminar at Seas. These are big. If you want to jump on the boat, on the
I'm going
love
to leave
boat.
it here for a second because there's a QR code. It'll take you right to where you need to be so that you can sign up.
This year we only have a
But
few, right? We only have 8.
No.
Last year we had 25. So these are the
we
voyage
do.
limited, but a lot of 7 days. And then there's that 4 day. The May 18th. Oh my God, that's like this weekend. I'm hoping we sold that
So
out.
we've highlighted the Pacific Coastal because that has quite a bit of space on it. And then the California Coastal as well on Discovery.
Wonderful, beautiful. So there they are, Seminar at Seas. Again, we've gone from 25 last year to just 8. So get on the boat. You don't want to miss it. And then we will continue to do our Love Fest. They were very successful in 23.
Yes.
We'll continue. Please register because we have space available. And by the way, there's different ways to do it. You can either do it on land, which we've got some on land, and then we have some on the ships. And these are educational. Yes. And we've got nothing but great, great feedback. Thank you, Marsha, because I know your team in the West have led a whole bunch of these Love Fests.
I got 2 coming up in June, one in Vancouver and one in Seattle. So sign up, guys. Come see us.
Now's the time. Love Fest. Feel the love. And then quick Q&As. I know we're over, but just in case. Marsha, there are a few Q&As. We can take it. I mean, obviously, we record this. So if you don't get to the Q&A, because you're going to go back and book 2026 Europe and obviously our total eclipse cruise gone. Get on the phone.
Yeah. So a lot of clamoring. We did have some technical difficulties earlier in the day, but we've just been told that Eclipse Cruise is open for sale. And you can take out your group on Eclipse Cruise as well. The minimum number of staterooms on any group for us is 5. 5 staterooms.
That's nothing. Come on, what a joke. We should raise that to 8. I'm sorry. That's very low. Oops, sorry. Using my outer voice. 5. Okay, will Princess be providing Eclipse eye protection during the cruise? They will. Did you see those photographs? And they were completely branded. They were amazing.
Yeah.
I
know we did it this year.
Oh, we'll
we
do
did
it
do
again.
it this year. Okay.
We'll do it again. Folks, we are classy. I was on a cruise during that and they didn't provide me anything. Okay? I could have burnt my corneas. Just thought I'd let you know. Thank God we brought some from home. Sorry. Oh, I get in trouble. Is there any beverage packages offer for the Europe sailings?
Yes. So you get to choose basically. So it's for us, it's Plus or Premier, and you get to pick. You can book Standard, Plus, or Premier. Good, better, best. Correct. We always suggest at least Plus, but there are guests also who are perfectly happy with Premier. Most people like Premier because of the photo package and the specialty dining pieces.
Phenomenal. I loved it. And by the way, if you book a 21-day voyage, you get 3 times the special dining credits.
So at this time, Helen, we don't have this fixed. So currently, we still only, if you book Premier, you're getting the 2. But you can see by that World Cruise offer that we have found a way to alternate that when we need to. So with the World Cruise, you're now going to get 16. And that's not the norm. We were at 2 and we've increased that. But we're still working on the programming to be able to make that change. We heard the feedback. Yeah.
And we want to adjust it because it makes no sense. You're gone on 3 weeks. Why should you only get
21 days? Exactly.
I get it. Totally. We got it. Where does the Brightline start? Well, Kathy, depending. North, south, it starts out of Orlando, can go all the way down because it does Palm Beach, it does Ventura, it does Fort Lauderdale, it does Miami, or you can do the reverse because they sell pickups in each of these cities, and they have expansion plans, so it's exciting, north or south. And remember, right now we're promoting south because we've got a ship in Fort Lauderdale, and we've got the luggage component at $35 per piece, pretty exciting, which you drop it off at Brightline. If you've got kids, oh my God, that is the perfect thing. Do the $35 per case. You don't have to worry about it till you get into your stateroom, and we transfer you over. And voila!
Okay, what's the best way to send a client a quote? So that is to take out an option. So we give you I think it's 3 days, 3-day option. And so you can take out an option, you can send the confirmation that gives them all the details. And actually that's the best way to go because now what you've quoted them, you actually have booked with us. And all you got to do at that point is take the deposit.
Absolutely. Okay, can we take one more? I know we're over by a few minutes, but I was. Oh, okay. Dan, thank you, and make sure you've got May 30th on your calendar because that's our next webinar. Marsha won't be here, so it won't be as much fun. You'll be stuck with me. But that'll be a consumer one as well. And as always, I want to thank you, Marsha. Have a phenomenal vacation.
Thank
well
you.
deserved.
I'm so
How many
excited.
more
Thank you.
need to know? So I'm prepared. Just joking. She deserves it. I deserve
Not
it.
again till November.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on Connect with Princess. I can't begin to tell you how much we appreciate your continued support, partnership. Thank you, Nipamo. Nipamo Travel. I thought Nipamo was her
Thank
name.
you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Dan,
Thank you guys. This is
Get a
great.
great one, everybody. Carpe diem. Team Princess. All in.